Hi friends, I've been setting up my equipment on my new knife sharpening cart, and I figured I'd take a minute and show y'all what all I decided to go with here and how I have it configured. For those that are new to the channel, this is a little knife sharpening cart I put together here recently over the last couple months. It was a little 5x5 trailer, nice and lightweight, easy to push around. You can see I got stabilizing jacks on there, that way when I get to where I'm going, if the ground's uneven, I can level it out. But it's nice and light, easy to push around. I have storage back here. I'll show you a little bit more of that in a minute. And I also have storage over here, and I'll show you a little bit more of that in a minute. But let's go ahead and climb aboard. I got my nice seat here, nice and comfortable and heavy duty. And let's talk about the equipment and some of the mods I put together. Now, first of all, the Tormac is going to be the center of attention here, and we're going to push that out of the way for a minute. I have diamond wheels here and here, and that's something I wanted to show you. Now, I'm going to be swapping these out because I only have the one Tormac, so I got to swap these wheels out quite often. And what I did was I took these stainless steel lag bolts and I shaved the head down, and I left a little bit on the top, so it's nice and easy to put on there. But that lip keeps it from coming off unless I want it to come off. All right, that gives me a good place to store these once I get set up and where I'm at. Now, going down the road and everything, and when the cart's not in use, they'll be stored in their original boxes right down in there, along with some of the other goodies. All this equipment here that you see up on top, along with some other stuff, gets stored underneath and in that box, and that's accessed from the back. So get back here where you can see I got my wheels right there, easy to grab, plenty of room. I have my power station down here with my 1x30 control panel plugged in. Let me make sure I got that turned on, and I got that to AC, and then my control panel's right there, and good to go. So my 1x30, all right, what I decided to do, you see I got it configured a little different. Let me turn that back off. So when we first set this 1x30 up, we put it on here with the plenum, with the like this, okay? And we were sharpening our knives, edge leading with the belt coming this way, with the angle guide attached here. What I've decided to do is take that off and do away with it. I mean, I'm not going to throw it away, I'm going to keep it, but as far as this cart's concerned, I want to run this edge trailing with the belt going that way. Okay, and so what that's going to do is that's going to be for all my large kitchen knives. That'll be set up right here. And when I do my large kitchen knives, I'll just sharpen them edge trailing. All right? So a lot of people say, oh no, you got to do edge leading, it's better. Well, I understand that, but edge trailing, yes, it gives you a little bigger burr, but it's a safety thing I'm thinking about. This is where I'm going to do all my high dollar knives and my pocket knives and all that kind of stuff. And like I said, I got the 3 diamond wheels, so that's going to take care of all that. This is going to be just when somebody brings me a set of kitchen knives and they want to put an edge. I'm going to sharpen them all at the same bevel, which that gives me, with the angle of this, you know, around 17 degrees, and that's going to be just fine for a kitchen knife. You know, if I want to lay it down a little bit or stand it up a little bit, I can. But I'll just practice on this and get good at holding it horizontally. But the biggest thing is I need this thing going the same direction every time. And the reason that is not only do I have my belts on there, that is going to be for my Scotch-Brite belts and my felt belts and my leather honing belts. Okay, so that's all I have in here. So I need all that going in one direction. I don't need to be reversing the 1x30 all the time. I need it going the same direction. You know, I'm gonna have I'm gonna be set up next to like meat market, stuff like that. You know, I'm gonna have these nice looking women come out. They're gonna want their knives sharpened. I'm gonna be paying attention to them. I'm gonna be chit-chatting, all that stuff. And I don't need to make a mistake of putting my knife on there with it going the wrong direction, which I have already. So it's kind of a safety thing. If I keep this going same direction all the time, just sharpen my kitchen knives, edge trailing. I never reverse it. Always keep it going. And then that is quick, super fast. Belt changes is a lot faster without having that edge guide on here and all that. So that is going to be for sanding on my kitchen knives, grinding them, and that's going to be my Scotch-Brite pads, my felt pads, and my leather honing is going to be done there. And like I said, I got these big boxes these are plain old boxes I got from Amazon for $8.99. I got more of these to store customers' knives. If they bring me a whole set of knives, I can just stick them in one of these, put a card in there with their name on it, and I know all the knives in that box is theirs. And I can keep that in my truck and then take them with me, sharpen them, and then bring them back at a later date. So, all right, so let's put these away. Oh, and real quick, look what I did with these Trizac belts. All right, now I get these Trizac belts from Curry's Custom Cutlery. If you haven't checked out his channel, he's got a real good channel, does a lot of sharpening. I think he's down in Hawaii, and I order my belts from him. He's got pretty much the best prices, you know. But his shipping is super fast. I've ordered from him at like 9, 10 o'clock at night, and 11 o'clock it says they've already shipped out. So this guy's a monster when it comes to delivering on his orders. So y'all support him, check him out. Seems like a pretty good guy, and I've had nothing but good luck with doing business with him so far. So I don't even know if he knows I got a channel or not. But the Trizac belts, if you see here, you know, here's your grits, and here's the labels that are on the back. They don't coincide. You know, it's not a A100 is a 100 grit, you know, A200. No, they got these numbers, and then you got to remember which ones they are. I don't remember right now, so I made these stickers, and I stuck them on here so I would remember. And the same thing with the felts. You know, I stuck the felt sticker on there to remind me that a coarse is tan and a fine is blue and all that kind of stuff. So that helps. All right, and then of course I got paper towels and stuff in here, you know, for cleaning stuff up. I have my fan right here, which I don't know why I don't have it on. And this one is a Shark fan. Now, this is a little bit more expensive than another fan I showed you, but man, this thing really blows out nice. So when I get all set up, if it's hot out, I'll probably have that fan, and then my other fan, remember, it can go up under the tent, so I can have 2 fans blowing on me. And just turning that on already, I got a nice breeze going. I can really feel it. All right, so real quick, before we move on from the 1x30, the 1x30 has that small base. So I tried to put some grip underneath there, and that wasn't good enough. I ended up getting this piece of cutting board here and went to Ace Hardware and got me some big old rubber slides and bolted them to the bottom. And now that is nice and grippy. It's not going anywhere. So the Tormac here. All right, you know, that's the centerpiece, and that's where I'm going to be sharpening. I've done a video on how to sharpen with the Tormac. But what I wanted to show you is I got a lot of cool tools for the Tormac. All right, so let me grab them out of the compartment there, and I'll show you those here in just a minute. All right, so I needed a little plastic box to keep all my jigs in for the Tormac. Got this Craftsman at Ace Hardware, made in America, so I decided to go with it. It's a little flimsy, but you know, light and compact's the name of the game. So this is my standard knife jig for your normal size knives. I have the extra wide knife jig. That's for the, I'll be using this for like fillet knives and stuff like that. I got my, the new improved knife angle guide there. I have small knife jig. Here's the stone that came with the leveling stone for the original wheel. I really don't need that, but I stuck that in there. And I got a little 1/4-inch Craftsman set while I was at Ace. It was on sale for 19 bucks. It's got torque spits and stuff like that in there. So I have that in there, and I'll add, you know, some other torque spits and maybe some screwdrivers, a spile, my little Spyderco files and stuff like that will go in there. Markers, you know, a little bit of Gorilla Glue, stuff like that. So well, anyway, that's pretty much all the jigs I have on hand right now. Now I do have a scissor sharpening jig. I wanted to get scissors because, you know, maybe hairdressers and stuff might come up wanting their scissors sharpened. So I wanted to make sure I had that on here before I got started. The funny thing there is Tormac, I ordered one from Amazon and it took about a week for it to get here. And the same day it was delivered, I saw that Tormac announced that they have a new scissor sharpening jig. It's new and improved, easier to set and stuff like that. So I returned already the one I got from Amazon, and I have the new improved one on order. It says it's about a week before they ship them out, so I might have one of the first ones to check out for the channel. All right, but that's pretty much it for the jigs. And then of course this goes in the box out of the way. And I also have the additional. Now I got to do something about these cables. All right, but I have the other support here as well. And what this allows you to do is you can set this up like this. And if you want to go, see, this is set up edge leading. So the wheel's spinning this way and my knife sits here and I sharpen it. I stand on the other side. I got it turned around right now. But if I want to do edge trailing, I can put this multi-base in here. Move this over here to these two holes. And now I can sharpen edge trailing, and I could hone edge trailing. But the problem with the D4, the T4 Tormac, is the honing wheel. It is just so small to get any good sized knife in there. See how we're hitting that wheel? You have to take that wheel off, you know, and then going this way, the handle's going to hit. So that's why I decided, you know, if I got a pocket knife or something out, I might do it on here. But 1x30 with a leather belt or a felt belt on it is going to be the way I'm going to be honing my kitchen knives and stuff like that, pocket knives. All right. Then over here, I already told you about the fan. I got my little arbor press. Now the arbor press is just as slippery, but I have another piece of cutting board left over right here, and I'm going to do the same thing with it as I did for the 1x30, but I got to go back to Ace and get some more of the little feet and some more screws. As you can see, some of the screws I got are a little bit too long, so I'll get some shorter ones. And this will be mounted on there. And what I'll do is See how I have the bits sitting up here on these magnets right now? Probably what I'll do is I'll drill holes in the cutting board to where those sit in the board and be more secure. But that's my little arbor press, and that is for fixing handles and stuff like that, tightening them up, you know, Colby bolts and rivets, stuff like that. I can smash them in. It's a nice little press. It's a Vevor. They came black, but I took it apart, cleaned it up, deburred it all, re-greased it with marine grease, and painted it yellow because I thought yellow was a lot better looking color and a lot cleaner. Looks like I got a couple chips on it right there from dropping it, but other than that, pretty nice little press from Vevor. Grizzly's got them, everybody's got them. They're pretty much the same press, just different name on them. Alright, so that is my sharpening systems. You know, I'll have a couple little hand things, stuff like that. And I have a little buffer polisher, a little small one, but I don't think I need it. I'm going to try to just stick with the 1x30 with the belts, the Scotch-Brite pads, and the leather belts and the felt belts I have for it, and hopefully I can get away with that. And that'll be all the equipment. So let me show you how all this is stored. Alright, so the way to and from wherever I'm going to be sharpening, I got that nice big compartment in there, and I can take my gear, set this down for a minute, and everything fits in there very nicely. Yeah, 1x30, Tormac, the arbor press, all my jigs, my fan, and I even got room for some more stuff, you know, like if I had some customers' knives and stuff like that I needed to take home with me, I could have them in boxes in there. And also I'll be selling some of my knife oil, so I'll have a little case in there of my knife oil. But anyway, and all that locks up nice and secure. You know, a padlock there. I might put a little bit extra security. And then, of course, I have this one over here. And I still have more room in this one as well. So I think it's a pretty good little setup, you know. Got my shade. And that's really all I need. Here's my magic arm for my camera. So if I want to do live streaming or whatever, that's right here, ready to go. We can take that off and lock it up as well. Anyway, friends, that is my tour of my little knife sharpening cart. I think it's going to be efficient, and I think I am ready to go sharpen. Oh, I got to take those two off. They go in the boxes in there. I don't want to go down the road with those up there. And then I got a lock for the chair, and I got a cover that goes over everything when I'm done, and I park it for the night. All right, friends, let me know what you think in the comments.